आता मी असंच फिरायला आलो आहे माझ्या फ्रेंड बरोबर. जितेन राईट? गितन मी नेहमी नाव रॉंग बोलतो, बट गितन मास्टर स्टुडंट आहे आणि त्याचं आताच एज्युकेशन कंप्लीट झालं अँड त्याला आता गव्हर्नमेंट जॉब पण मिळाला. तो तुझा एक्सपिरियन्स शेअर करणार आहे. डेफिनेटली तो मराठी नाही बोलू शकणार, बट तो हिंदीमध्ये बोलेल आणि हिंदी किंवा इंग्लिशमध्ये बोलेल, मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली इंग्लिश. तर आपण त्याला विचारूया थोडेसे क्वेश्चन, त्याला कसं वाटतं, काय प्लेसबद्दल वाटतं. सो लेट्स ओके. सो जस्ट माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, लाईक द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन अगेन, how did you end up in Canada? What was the decision making process that basically got you into Canada, and why Canada?
So I'm into engineering background. So basically, like, I had two options, like in North American country, one is Canada and one is USA. So in terms of friendly nature, I just thought like Canada is the best. And even in PR process is very simple for me. I believe like if I get into engineering stuffs, I get PR like within 1 or 2 years. So that made me so comfortable and even friendly nature. That's the most important thing.
Nice. And that's really interesting. And also तुम्हाला काहीतरी सांगायचं होतं, ह्याला गव्हर्नमेंट जॉब पण मिळाला जस्ट 1 इयरमध्ये राहून इथे. तर Githan, can you explain how was your process to get government job? Like how did you know, I'm sure like it doesn't happen like overnight. You'll have to plan it for a long time. Like how was the process? How did you plan everything? How did you secure the job? Guide us through everything.
See, it's not overnight, of course. It's not overnight. It was like a big process, so many ups and downs and everything. The process started, I believe, like I started 8 months back. So I didn't start only because of the government job or something. I started, okay, I'm gonna get into some global big companies like WSP, Acom. So I got into like 2 to 3 interviews in between, and because of some decision making which I made, I couldn't go into that. So then what happened, the process for this government job took like 3 months pre-hand. So I used to start prepare. So my resume got shortlisted for that. That was kind of lucky for me. To get that resume shortlisted, there was like 250 applications which I already put into like other companies which I couldn't. That was my trial and error. This is my best resume or this is my best
Can you say that again? 250 applications?
Yeah.
250 applications.
I went in 250 application, and among that 200 application I know that I'm not going to get any back. Because I know that was my trial and error method. So the last 50, it was like made me like so much, like maybe like 4 to 5 companies to get into back, and one was WSP and one was this government conservation authority.
Nice.
So I got into shortlisted, and within 15 days there was an exam. So they gave me a materials to study, and there was an exam for that, some modeling and stuff. And after that there was a technical round based on that for 2 hours, and there was a HR round based on that for 1 hour. And
that's awesome.
Now I'm into this job.
It's awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Okay, bro, that's fantastic. So working with government of Canada is definitely a significant step in your life, but like how's your experience so far, and like what skill sets do you think people need, especially like the kids who are there in India right now who want to get into Canada, do their masters, and they also have the same goal maybe to get their PR, work for us government entity. Like how do you go ahead with it?
First thing, like if they want to come into master stuffs, they want to be independent. So if you, of course we can complete our masters by depending on our friends, copying stuffs and everything. So but like if you're dependent on someone, you can't end up in anything. So it's better you to be like completely independent on your stuffs. Of course there'll be wrongs, there'll be like everything doesn't make you right or something, but still you are independent. So that made me come so long from south of Ontario to north of Ontario.
Nice.
That was the thing. So that's major important, and the normal technical skill is very important. So that's, I think everyone who comes for masters has that skill, so there's nothing to worry about.
Or I think like especially in general in Canada as well, and if anyone coming to Canada, like I think they should, I don't know, mix with more local people so that it will improve their skill sets as well. They will be out of their comfort zone. What do you think?
See, we are not here to mix up with the Indians or someone. We came here to posture ourselves. That's why we are in like American countries. That's the reason. So get into community like Canadian communities or any community, so that like when you get into job, you don't find so much Indian. So in my organization, so I think like 0.1 or like 0.001% of like Indians or brown people stay there. All are Canadians. So to get into that, to at least to attend the interview according to the way, I need some perspective of getting connection with other people, which which I got in part-time jobs. When I went to part-time job, I used to speak with people of Canadians or like Arabians or something. So I used to get used to Canadian organizations. So that's the most important thing I always feel. So please, rather than having comfortable zone with your people, spend
time with the locals.
Local people.
तेच खूप महत्त्वाचं आहे की तुम्ही इथे याल तुम्ही फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तर तुम्हाला थोडं ऑकवर्ड वाटेल की अरे गोऱ्या लोकांबरोबर कसं मिक्स करायचं, लोकल्सबरोबर कसं मिक्स करायचं, बट ते थोडंसं प्रोसेस असणार तुमच्यासाठी कठीण प्रोसेस. बट वन्स यू ओव्हरकम दॅट प्रोसेस त्याच्यानंतर तुमचं सगळं छान होणार. म्हणजे तुम्ही अजून पर्सनली तुम्ही ग्रो करणार, तुम्ही अजून गोष्टी शिकणार, तर ते पण खूप इम्पॉर्टंट असतं या सगळ्या गोष्टीमध्ये, तर तेही लक्षात ठेवा. I know water resource engineering is like a crucial part, like for every country, but when you talk about Canada, like look at its vast natural resources and stuff, like can you tell us about the important projects that you have worked on so far and the great initiatives that you have been part of?
Yes, so I'm a water resource engineer, but currently I'm not an engineer. You know that in Canada we need to have like 3 or 4 years of experience to get PNG, but like I'm into government organization, but the responsibility is more. Resources are more, in the sense responsibilities are more. We'll be taking care of each and every lake, every rivers. We'll be directly presenting our report directly to the ministries, not even to the board members or not even the mayor of the North Bay. So we'll be directly presenting to that. So you know how clearly, how definitely the answers and stuff should be there if something goes wrong. So that's the reason we'll be paid well, and we'll be also have the responsibility high level. So if you entering water resource and stuff, like it's that like technically you should be too strong. And of course, like I'm the new to the person, but like it's like every day is a new learning process to me. And the other biggest project is floodplain. So I don't think so there is something called India floodplain or something. So floodplain is like, so we do floodplain management in every part of the Canada, especially for the northern Ontario, what I'm doing right now. So basically when a water level highs in the river or something, so basically we'll be giving a flood plain warning or something, so that people will be aware about that. So this is most important. So the government gives most important to the resources and human life, so we are part of that.
That's awesome. What suggestion would you give to the new students who want to come here? What skill sets they should acquire right now?
So even like 1 year back when I stepped in, I didn't have any skills. It's that always trial and error method. So don't depend on anyone. Start learning the things by on your own. So when you get that confidence, yes, I can do that. So it's not that you're sitting at home just doing your masters. Masters is then you will be learning a new culture. Leave everything whatever you're doing in India and leave everything stuff. You are rich, poor, like blah blah blah. Just come here and start learning the stuffs for your own. You know you can't follow anyone. You can't follow me or I can't follow anyone. You have your own stuffs. You have your own goals. Build up with that. Stop wasting your time for the unnecessary things. Of course, parties and stuff is important. But the thing is, like, there is at the end of the time we came to study, and we need to balance both. To balance, it's you know what you need to do, because nobody knows what you are, like what is your capability. Just learn about that. That's it.
Can you tell us more about like the cultural differences that you faced when you came here, like to a new country? Like everything is different. How challenging was it for you, and how did you manage your cultural transition, and what tips could you give to people who are trying to make that transition or will make the transition in the next couple of months?
See, cultural transition, of course, Canada is a welcoming country. There is no much difference, but of course there's certain things. Like certain things is like we can't, like people here are very soft. So the way we speak should be completely changed, because we Indians are kind of hard, which we know, but according to us it's like normal, but for them it's kind of different. So I suggest that as soon as you land up here, you get into some government job, get in some part-time job, so that like you have that Canadian atmosphere, like how you need to turn yourself to this culture or something, so that when you enter to your full-time job, that's your own field job, so you'll be used to that. So if you like don't do that or get into people with stuff, so it's kind of difficult. Culture is
nice.
Very easy.
Finally, can you share something like some achievement in your life that you're really proud of?
Yes, I'll tell you a small experience. Like I wanted to get into a globally big company, was WSP. So I got the interview call because I was in part time and I couldn't reply in the meantime. So I replied within 4 or 5 hours. So the slot time was changed to after 15 days, and I prepared for that. And within 10 days, they told me already there was 4 interviews taking place, and they got selected. So there will be no interview for you. So for me, it was my dream company. I couldn't get it because of the small things. But I was like, I didn't feel bad. I used to start trying again and again, and within 1 month, I got the interview call from this from North Bay Conservation Authority,
That's
which
awesome.
was into government. So that process went there. So don't always, they'll be up and down, but like you are hard work and you just be for yourself. So don't depend on anyone. That's the most important thing I always believe.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Thanks for all the information, man.
Thank
Appreciated. आणि तेच तुम्हाला सांगायचं आहे, सगळं फॉलो करा काय बोलला तो वगैरे. काय तुम्हाला डाऊट असेल तर तुम्ही कमेंट सेक्शनमध्ये लिहू शकतात. आणि हा माझा रूममेट आहे, तर काय डाऊट असेल तुम्हाला काय हेल्प पाहिजे असेल तुमच्या प्रोसेससाठी आपण ह्याला कनेक्ट करू शकतो. सो या, दॅट्स अबाउट इट. थँक्यू फॉर वॉचिंग द व्हिडिओ अँड या, टॉक टू यू गायज लेटर.
थँक्यू.
बाय.
Another episode of like where we can eat at North Bay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, bro. Okay. So that's the next episode gonna happen in right now.